Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us today for our annual general membership meeting. We are so excited to share some updates from what we've been up to this past year and some things that we have coming up down the line in 2026. Let's just dive right in. What we have on the agenda for today, our new co-presidents, Tara Stinson and Ronit Kirschman, will be giving a report, operational highlights that we have, financial overview with our new treasurer, Holly Church, some board updates with committees, membership questions, and how to get involved in the organization, and then some upcoming events and closing statements. And that is what we have today. We're going to keep it tight and move right into it. Tara and Ronit, if you would like to take it away.
Sure, I'm getting set up. Go right ahead, Ronit.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I want to open my comments with gratitude for all of our 1,400 plus members. Thank you for helping to shape an organization that has grown from under 100 to over 1,400 in a little over a decade. Thank you to our dedicated, intelligent, energetic board members. Thank you to our awesome leadership, Emily, Daisy, and Holly. And thank you to our amazing, generous, logistical genius executive director, Alexa. And thank you to a fantastic partner in leadership, Tara. Thank you to all of our volunteers. May I say, as a native New Yorker, Nixon 5! I actually, I actually think that the victory of a team who has been waiting to clinch the championship for over 50 years is a powerful symbol for us opening today. The persistence, the grit, the power that doesn't let up, and ultimately the sheer joy when the goal is achieved. Let's put in the work every day and believe where we can go. What I see for 2026, 27, and beyond, and I know this is a shared goal, it's a leveling up in how we value and represent ourselves as composers, as artists, and as human beings, specifically as human beings who are women and specifically as human beings who are gender diverse. We are going to express the full voice and recognition that is everyone's birthright. This leveling up at the AWFC is something that is built in a variety of ways. It's built through continuing and giving new life to our programs through renewed attention and purpose, through new initiatives that reflect our true understanding of our worth and our standing in the industry, and through proudly sharing our wins, supporting each other and our membership in an amazing community. We have several areas of focus this year, which all work together to embody this mission. These are visibility, thought leadership, partnership, and sponsorship. To encapsulate this, visibility is our currency. Visible composers get jobs and awards. Visible organizations get sponsorships. Thought leaders present programming that is truly innovative and gives people information, insight, and nourishing experiences that aren't being provided elsewhere. Partners create powerful alliances with aligned organizations across the industry, creating opportunity through networking and joint action with filmmakers, organizations, guilds, orgs like the CDC dedicated to improving representation and women-owned businesses. Visibility and thought leadership encourage partnerships and sponsorships, which feed more opportunities, and the spiral goes upward. One of the programs I'm proud to be able to share with you today is our leveled up approach to awards representation. We recently launched a new initiative entitled AWFC Amplified. Amplified creates a visible brand platform for us to promote awards eligible projects through a series of in-person and virtual roundtables across all award cycles, Emmys, Grammys, and Oscars. In future, we hope it will grow to include showcases and performances that allow people to experience the amazing music and the powerful artists directly. Last week, we hosted 3 AWFC Amplified Sound and Story Roundtables for Emmy-eligible projects, one historic inaugural in-person event, and 2 virtual panels. A big thank you to board member Arbel Bedek for moderating the virtual panels, and to the entire awards committee for doing so much work behind the scenes, really not asking for, anything except like the joy of the work itself. Our first in-person AWFC Amplified Roundtable was launched last Tuesday in LA. We had 8 women composer panelists, and Tara and I had the pleasure of moderating it. It was well attended by Academy voters and key executives and industry players. The food and drink were generously supported by women-owned businesses. The event was filmed and edited professionally by Jack, yay Jack, and is now available online. A big thank you to Alexa and our volunteers for making it possible. It was really heart-opening to hear the feedback of those in attendance. I heard multiple times that the depth and insight of what was said by our panelists was extraordinary. I feel that occurred because of the supportive environment that an all-women roundtable created. I'm also really proud to say that we helped level the playing field this season by offering a spot on our panels to every woman who had an eligible project submitted. That's a first. Amplified is a great example of where we are going. greatly increased visibility, brand coherence, in-kind sponsorships, and thought leadership, standing on our own 2 feet and inviting everyone to our party. For awards, we plan to cover even more ground moving forward, and the Tireless Awards Committee is setting up goals and procedures to increase our advanced knowledge and promotion of women's projects. There are many, many more initiatives you can learn about through our committees, so I encourage you all to take part. We need you. We are an orchestra, we are a choir, we are a whole movement, which is much, much more than the sum of its parts, but is 100% dependent and based on the music of each of its contributors. We are, with all due respect to Spurs fans, Knicks in 5. So with that, I urge you to reach out when you have questions and ideas. Do not be shy. This community is a safe space to ask questions. Check in with us at Tea Talks. See how you can help on the committee level. The committees are open to members, not just board members. Tag the AWFC whenever you do a musical post. Volunteer to help in person and online. Attend our events. Get AWFC merch. And most importantly, bring a friend. That means bring a new person into the organization. To state the obvious, if each person brings one person, we will double our membership. Bring in women and gender diverse composers, that includes songwriters. And also, this is really key, bring in supporting members, male allies, music supervisors, executive sound designers, writers, and producers. This brings in revenue and opportunity for all of us. Thank you so much, and let's have an awesome year.
We have did not talk about this, and we have a lot of the same ideas, which is great. I want to start off by thanking Alexa, like our day-to-day. I don't know where it would be without you. Just want to say that first. I mean, I'm always like texting and, like slacking and emailing, and please don't get tired of us. Um, okay. Good morning and evening and afternoon, everyone. Before anything else, I want to begin with gratitude. Thank you to the founders of the Alliance of Women for Women Film Composers, Laura, Miriam, and Lolita. Tremendous gratitude to Allison Newman and Heather McIntosh, the presidents who's offered Ronit and I a seat at the table. Thank you for all the foundation you built, the battles you fought, and the community we have come to know and love. A special thank you to our leadership team, Vice President Emily Sankofa, Secretary Daisy Cole, and Treasurer Holly Amber Church. And lots of love to my partner and co-president, Ronit Kirchman. Together, we recently launched Amplified Sound and Story, our first important in-person Emmy season roundtable, followed by 2 virtual conversations that expanded the reach of the series. The response was incredible, and we're excited to continue the momentum in future award seasons. Our in-person roundtable would not have been possible without the support of our sponsors. Every one of them is or are women-owned, helping us to create an all-woman everything event. Please take a moment and go to our Instagram page and see who they are and support the women who support us. During Amplify, we started a new tradition called I Amplify. At the end of every conversation, we ask our guests to amplify another woman in our industry who inspired, encouraged, or paved the way for them. After the roundtable, I'm sorry, I'm losing my space, guys. After the roundtable, a woman approached me and said, I wrote down all 9 names. That moment stayed with me because that is exactly what this initiative is about. Building, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm using a prompter and it's like dancing. Building awareness. 1 second. Visibility and possibility. Sometimes all it takes is one introduction, one recommendation, one invitation, one amplification to get that one yes. And you know the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So here's your homework. Call a friend, call a composer, call a songwriter, invite them to join the AWFC. And if you know someone who believes in our mission, even if they are not a creative, invite them to become a supporting member. Let's get tall and wide enough to move mountains. We're also expanding partnerships with organizations, companies, and brands that share our vision. If you know a sponsor or partner that would be a good fit, tell us. Let's make introductions, share opportunities, share gig leads, and connections for our community. The AWFC has come a long way since its founding, but our next chapter requires us to think bigger. We're no longer waiting for invitations. We're building our own table and holding the door open for women and gender diverse creatives who have been knocking for far too long. We're also discussing the possibility of creating the AWFC Honors, a space where we celebrate women creatives and change makers. And we will absolutely own and shift the narrative from there being one woman in the conversation to it being a conversation and celebration among women. But that requires something else. Intersectional feminism, not performative feminism, not convenient feminism, intersectional feminism. Because progress that leaves women behind is not progress at all. We must stand alongside women at every intersection of identity and experience and ensure our voices are stronger together than they could ever be apart. If you're already in the room, make room, open doors, shake the tree until change falls out of it, because there is an urgency in this moment. Having 8 women represented in our live roundtable and additional women featured in our virtual Emmy conversation is significant. It's worth celebrating, but it's not enough. We are aiming for parity. The women who came before us built roots. Now it's time to take responsibility and become a forest. So what does that mean? Get active, join a committee, bring us your ideas, tell us what you're working on. And if you're not working, tell us that too. Community is not just about celebrating wins. It is also about support. The Alliance for Women's Film Composers is more than an organization. It is a network committed to lifting one another higher. In the coming months, you'll hear more about AWFC Serves and opportunities to volunteer alongside organizations supporting women throughout Los Angeles and beyond, because service is a part of leadership, and leadership is a part of building. So I'll leave you with this. If building our own table is the mission, what are you bringing? Wood, nails, a hammer, a blueprint, a vision, whatever your contribution may be, we need it, because none of us can build this table alone. But together we can build something so strong and welcoming and so impossible to ignore that future generations of women and gender diverse creatives will never have to ask for a seat again. They'll simply walk through the door that we built for them. Thank you.
Amazing, Tara. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. With that, let us move on to the next item on our list, which is our operational highlights. So first up is an update on our membership growth and regional breakdown. In 2025, we have grown to over 1,400 composers, artists, and supporters globally in 29 countries and counting. So you can see on this map here where our members and supporters are currently located. We are all over the place, everyone, which is so exciting. We have a very strong presence, especially in the US and UK. And our socials are growing with 7.8 thousand Instagram followers. We have over 2,000 newsletter subscribers and 6.7 thousand Facebook followers. So we get a lot of viewers and we get more every day. Speaking of programs and initiatives, one of our main things that we like to do here is amplify our members. So anytime you have news to share, something involving music, something involving your new releases, something involving your new films that are coming out with your scores in them or songs in them, please tag us at the AWFC and we will reshare your news to our stories. We will amplify it to our members. It is the easiest way to expand the viewership for your news, and it's the easiest way for us to support you. So please tag us in those posts or send them to us in a private message and we'll make sure to repost those. We share soundtrack releases, we share theatrical, streaming, and festival news if you have a film going to a festival or coming out in theaters, and any media music related achievements. So like I said, any new releases for singer-songwriter, like an album that you have coming out, music video, anything like that, we want to boost it for you. So you'll hear more about this from our board member, Arbel, later on, but we do have a mentorship program that is currently in full swing, which pairs mentors and mentees for a 9-month cycle. This is just for student and professional members. So supporting members don't qualify for this initiative. We encourage you, if you're interested, to apply. The next application cycle will open in the fall. Like I said, you'll hear more about this from board member Arbel a little bit later. Another program that you hear a little bit more about from one of our members, Katie, is our live recording scholarship initiative. So this is for our professional and student members who are participating in educational live recording workshops. This is for qualifying workshops that are educational, where you get to record with a live orchestra or a large live ensemble. It's on a rolling application. To date, we have awarded over $10,000 to members to participate in these educational workshops. Previously supported workshops include VIF-CFA, Joy Music House Score Production Workshop, FMF Krakow Masterclass, and more. So if you are a member who is interested in applying for scholarships or wants to know more, please send us an email at info@theawfc.org. As you heard a bit about from Tara and Ramit, we have implemented AWFC Amplified Sound and Story Roundtables. So this is where we celebrate awards eligible composers in person and virtual at roundtables so we can discuss their projects and also amplify them. If you can't make it to any live in-person or virtual roundtables, we record them and do post them later on our YouTube, and we post clips on Instagram as well. If your projects are being submitted for prominent awards like Grammys, Oscars, BAFTAs, Music and Sound Awards, Emmys, anything like that, please let us know. The more you reach out to us to let us know what's going on in your music career life, the more we can amplify you. So make sure to send any of that news to info@theawfc.org so that we can make sure that you are listed and we can reach out to you for these roundtables. Moving on to another new implementation, which I'm really excited about, is AWFC Tea Talks. These are monthly online AWFC community meetups hosted by our co-presidents, Tara Stinson and Renee Kirchman, where they also will talk about different topics. Sometimes they'll have special guests, but this is mostly like a community hour where you can come and talk directly to the co-presidents, and they can share in your achievements with you. They can answer your questions. You can get advice, you can submit your wins, you can submit your career news, and we will amplify it and share it and celebrate it on the call. We are continuing to do our inside sessions. These are our monthly educational panels for members. They cover various topics like tech, working with music producers, topics that will be educational and beneficial for our members to see. These are also recorded and put online. So if you can't make one when it's on live, you can always check it out later on our YouTube page. If you have an idea for an inside session that you'd like to see, you can submit it to us. Contact info@theawfc.org and let us know if there's any topics that you would like to see us cover. We are also continuing with our Spotlight interview program. The Spotlight interviews are weekly interviews that we publish, and they will be on the awfc.org. We also share them in our newsletter and social media. If you would like to be featured for a Spotlight interview and you haven't been featured yet, let us know. Contact info@theawfc.org. Get a special interview that is featuring you through the AWFC and get it in front of a lot of viewers. Another amazing program that we are going to continue in 2026 is our composer directory. This is a database of our members used by industry professionals to find composers for their projects. It's searchable by name, genre, location, and style. So make sure to update your profile. I'll touch a little bit on this later about updating profiles, but keep your directory and your AWFC profile updated and current so that you are easy to find by those who are looking to potentially hire composers for their projects. Really important note, if you do not have a photo uploaded to your profile, it will not appear in the directory. So in order to appear in the directory, you have to have a photo uploaded. If you need any help at all with your directory profile, please contact support@theawfc.org. And that way our admin, Jack, can help you. He's amazing, and he's really, really fast. So make sure if you have any issues with the website, you contact support@theawfc.org. We are also continuing with our quarterly playlists. So every quarter, every 3 months, you can submit your newly released tracks to be included in the playlist. You can send up to 2 as Spotify links to support@theawfc.org to be included in the playlist. It's published every 3 months. Moving on to partnerships, we have partnered with a lot of amazing, amazing organizations for events and also discount codes. You'll see on here, we've partnered with Women in Film, Film Fatales, Free Frame, Composers Diversity Collective, Alliance of Women Directors. We have a co-event coming up with Netflix in the future, also hosted by White Bear. You can see all of these amazing, amazing partners that we have here. Please check out the member resources section. I'll talk more about this in a little bit. You will find some amazing discounts for event entries, competition entries, different programs. There are discounts for really amazing products. One that we have that I'm really, really excited about is our partnership with Orchestral Tools. If you go to member resources, you will find an amazing discount there. I want to thank all of our partners that we've been working with, everyone who's offered us discounts for their products. They really, really make the membership worth it for our members. Some of our sponsors for 2026 include Paramount, Michael Giacchino and Andrea Datzman, BMI, Bleeding Fingers, Cutting Edge Media Music, Dawn Calavity, CSAC, Siren, Spectra, Steinberg, The Composer Works, Music Publishers Canada, Screen Composers Guild of Canada, and Jeff Kellum. We want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors so far this year. They really, really help keep us running, and we couldn't do most of what we do without their help and their support. Moving into our members resources area, this is where you can get the most out of your AWFC membership. The way to log into your account is to go to www.theawfc.org. You will see in the top right-hand corner a login button. Click there to log in. And then to get to the members resources area, when you log in, it'll take you to this dashboard page where you can see your profile. This little cog up here in the right-hand corner is how to edit your directory entry. So you want to make sure to always keep this up to date. If you have any issues updating your profile, once again, email support@theawfc.org so Jack can help you. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see a menu. This is where we have our member resources and our events calendar. Events calendar is updated regularly with the upcoming events for the organization. Soon, we will also be implementing an awards section to show upcoming awards that you can enter dates for those when the ceremonies are going to be. I'd highly recommend checking out the events calendar on a regular basis. If you miss the newsletter, this is always a great place to find those events. Member resources is my favorite section of the entire website, besides our composer directory. To get there, you just select member resources on the left-hand side, and a menu will pop up that says member profile, and it'll have these teal buttons underneath where we have lists of agents, managers, PROs that you can join or look into. We have videos, which are the previous AWFC Amplified and Inside sessions that you may have missed. They also live here. We have a list of organizations that are trusted to join that might be beneficial to members. And we also have resources for workplace safety. And the thing that might be really interesting to you as a member is our member discount codes. So a lot of those amazing partners that we showed on the previous slide did give our members exclusive AWFC discount codes that really take a lot of percentages off of submissions, entries, and products. So regularly check out the member discount code section of the site. It's really exciting what we have on there, and I would highly recommend that you check it out after this call. On that, I would love to toss the ball over to Holly to give us an update on our financial overview for the year.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to keep this positive by using jazz hand. We're slightly behind on our budget from where we've been in years past. The landscape has changed a little bit. It's a little harder to, get these things, but I'm feeling very hopeful about it. We approved our budget for this year and it's looking good. We're holding steady. We had a great meeting earlier this week talking about outreach and sponsorship, and I think we came up with a bunch of great ideas. Most of our income comes from membership and sponsors. So to reflect what Tara and Ronit said, if you know someone who's interested in joining, whether as a member or a supporting member, please have them, come join us. That helps. We're kind of looking into women-owned businesses. We're still looking at studios, kind of the people that we normally have used for sponsorship. But I'm feeling very excited about who we're going to reach out to because, again, I feel like the more people we reach out to, the more visibility we have. There might be some companies out there that don't know we exist, So I'm excited. I'm looking hopeful about that. And we're going to keep it that way with the jazz hands. And we're going to look good by the end of the year. Our budget goes towards things like our events. And one thing that I really love that we do is scholarships. We have members coming to us a lot saying, hey, I got into this festival or I got into this program, this educational program. can you help me? And I love that we can. And I feel like maybe the more we can bring in, the more we could give out in that way. And really we're reaching back and helping our members. And I find it exciting. So yeah, I'd like to do like a call to action to anyone. If you know someone who would be a great supporting member or wants to be a member, please have them join us. And also, aside from the finances, join a committee, help us get involved, volunteer. There's so many other things you guys could do, and we love having it and having the help. And please continue to support each other and pull each other up. I want to say how grateful I am too. This leadership is amazing. I'm so glad to be a part of it. This organization's amazing. I wish this was around when I was starting out, to have this community and these women to amplify each other and support each other and everyone that came before us. And it's an uphill battle. We're going to feel that way. I feel that way sometimes in my own life. And I think, I wouldn't have the right to vote if the women, however many years ago, gave up. So if I feel like giving up, I'm not going to, because I want the people coming after me to have opportunities that maybe I don't. So I'll keep fighting the good fight, and helping however I can, including with our finances. So there we go. All right. Passing it on. Yes.
Thank you, Holly. And yes, I want to highlight something that Daisy put into the chat. Supporting members also get benefits. So please spread the word to anyone who might not be a woman composer or songwriter or gender diverse composer or songwriter. Supporting members get benefits too. Let's move into our board updates. Our 2026-2027 board members are seen here. We can see in officers and leadership, we have Ronit Kirschman and Tara Stinson as our amazing co-presidents, Emily Sankofa as our vice president of outreach and inclusion. Holly Amber Church is our treasurer this year. Daisy Cool is returning as our secretary, and I am still here as executive director. Our board members for 2026 and 2027 include Aisling Brower, Alex Pitkowski, Arbel Vadak, Connor Cook, Denise Ojeda, who is joining us for the first time as a board member, Essa Nadingos, Joy Nall, who is also joining us for the first time as a board member, as well as Katie Falk Flores, Kezia Tomset, who has been with us for a long time, doing amazing things behind the scenes. She is a board member now as well. Mandy Hoffman, Rashi Kulkarni, who was just elected for another 2-year term. Sandrine Rudaz, Sarah Roche, who is a new board member with us this year. Suad Bushnak, who's new. Tina Pepper, who has been with us for a long time as well, doing amazing things with AWFC Europe. She is a board member now, and board member Zoe Lustry is now re-elected for another 2-year term. So thank you to all of our returning board members and leadership, as well as our new board members and leadership. Thank you so much. With that, let's move on to some committee updates. Some of our committees and teams can be seen here. We have an awards committee, events committee, EU committee, inside sessions, mentorship, merchandise committee, which we'll have a little bit more of information about later on, music education and inspiring the youth, scholarship and grants, sponsorship and outreach, Spotlight UK, and then some of our admin teams, including social media. We have an amazing team. I think Yi is here. She is on that team. Graphics team and our research team, which is run by Eliza, who I think is also at the meeting today. Thank you both so much for everything that you do. I'm sorry if there's anybody else that I didn't see join, but thank you to those teams. Thank you to all of our committees. We're going to start with a quick update on awards committee with Aisling.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Um, a lot of what I was going to say has kind of been covered, so I'm going to focus on basically what we've been doing as an awards committee since starting. I have the lovely Holly co-chairing with me so that we can, try and also spread our reach across both the awards in the US and also the awards in the UK and EU. So at the moment, our main focus has been on Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, BAFTAs, Ivors, World Soundtrack Awards. And we're trying to focus on the big ones first, also due to, resources and being able to actually highlight and profile as many of the big submissions as we can. But please also do let us know if you've submitted for a smaller award, because even if we can't do all the things we're doing for the bigger awards, we can still highlight your project and shout about it and try and get it out to as many people as possible. So we've kind of zoned in. We have an amazing committee made up of board members and volunteers who all have such expertise in different areas, and it's been amazing to kind of really focus in on how we can make a difference in the long run. And we've narrowed it down to three main things that we really want to focus on going forward. So the threefold focus is, first of all, diversifying the voting membership. A lot of the voting membership and the people who vote for awards still don't include enough women and gender diverse composers. So, if you are thinking of joining an organization or becoming a voting member, we are here to help. We can help with the submission process. We want to share resources and guidelines on how to do that. If you need recommendations, obviously, this is what community is for. We can also help with that. So, we really want to support and try and get as many people involved in these organizations as possible, as it's often easier to make change from within than standing on the outside. The second focus is diversifying the submissions. So obviously, we want to share resources on eligibility and submission process. It can be a little bit confusing sometimes, especially with, say, Emmys, where there's so many different categories, there's different timelines, different deadlines, different eligibility requirements. So again, we are here to help and to try and educate and share information. If ever you feel stuck on submitting a certain award, please feel free to reach out and we'll try and help best that we can. We are also setting up an awards calendar that will have upcoming deadlines so that we can send out reminders to people for when the deadlines are approaching, what needs to be sent when, what to look out for, etc. And then in the case where you want to submit, but the studios aren't necessarily supporting your submission, we're trying to figure out a way in which we can make a difference in the long run on that front as well, because we're aware it's not always solely down to the composer. And sometimes you obviously need to pay to submit, and there's a financial consideration as well. Then finally, the third tier is amplifying the scores of women and increasing the visibility of eligible projects all around. So, as the president and Alexa already noted, we have launched this new initiative called Amplify Sound and Story, which we started last week with an in-person panel and two virtual panels moderated by the lovely and amazing Arbel. And it was just really great. It's such an interesting and encouraging thing to hear people speak about, the heart and soul that went into a score. And I think finding the emotional connection to those projects really helps make a difference in, raising voter awareness of why they should vote for a certain project. And so I think it's really important that we try and, share as much of that out in the world so that people are aware that these are also projects they can vote on, because the more they see them, the more they hear about it, they also see the composer discussing, the process of what went into it, the more likely they are to actually to vote for that project. So these are all different ways in which we're trying to, improve the award cycles. As we all know, it can be a little bit depressing sometimes seeing the nomination lists come out and often not include many or any women. So this is what we really want to try and change in the long run. Aside from the virtual panels, we'll also do shout outs in the newsletters, on social media, amongst the community, and just, generally try and support. So, yeah, another thing I want to mention is that we're building a separate page on the website just for awards, where we can share a bunch of different resources on these awards processes, the calendar, the upcoming deadlines, highlighting projects that are in current award cycles, just to try and have a landing page where we can have all these different things that play a part, easily findable for everyone. And then the most important thing is that we need you to tell us when you are submitting for an award, because it is very hard for us to track what projects are being submitted, and not only what is eligible, but then what has actually been submitted. It requires so much back and forth communication, double checking details, that it's inevitable that we will miss some. So it would really, really help us if you just let us know when you know you are submitting for an award, and then we can be there to help. But if you don't tell us, then it makes our job a lot harder in the long run. I also wanted to do a shout out if anybody is a video game expert or particularly active in that industry. That is one area I think we could improve our resources. On this year, we were compiling lists in various different, categories. Obviously, there's quite a few different categories, but I think the music for video game is something that we could use additional support on. So if there's anybody who is keen to volunteer or join and get their hands dirty with us, then we welcome you very much. And I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Thank you so, so much, Ashlyn. Next up, we have our Bell. Can you please tell some of our members a little bit of updates on the mentorship committee?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. And also, I do want to give a big shout out to Aisling because she's been doing so much work really getting this awards committee off the ground and like being our fearless leader. And now Holly's come in to help out stateside, but like she's really, really been doing a lot of work. And I put a little message in there, but I did want to kind of just to add on, say that like something we're really going to be doing with this amplified stuff and part of this initiative is like trying to also get these contenders from our organization amplified outside of the organization because the majority of the voting body is outside of the AWFC, which is also why we're going to do a push to get more members into these voting bodies. But help us amplify that by posting, telling, directing people, men, lots of the men, into the YouTube page and to the socials so that they are hearing who these contenders are. It's not just happening in sort of like insularly here in a circle because we know we're gonna vote for all these amazing people, but we need everyone else too. But anyway, sorry, I'm also on the awards committee. But jumping into mentorship committee, this was my first year serving on the mentorship committee and with this year's mentorship program. It's been really, really cool. We had over 100 applicants. So we had a lot to go through, and there were some really, really fantastic people who applied for this year's program, which was really, really exciting. I believe in years past, it's been mostly like about 6 mentees. This year we expanded it to 8 because again, we just had a lot of really great applicants and just a lot of amazing composers who we felt would really benefit from this. And we were able to secure 8 really fantastic mentors to take on that mantle, which was really great. So the current this info is kind of put out there, but the current mentees that are now in the program are Sasha Vilsinska, Daniela Nassar, Iris Gould, Kim Moore, Lauren Finch, Leah Clark, Nyla Smith, and Pei Chin Lee. They are already over like 2 months into the program. At the end of every month, they send us a write-up of that month's meeting with their mentor, and each of us on the committee, there's 4 of us, have 2 mentees that we're sort of interacting with and responsible for, and so we get their write-ups. And I can personally say like it's been really, really cool to read the write-ups I've been getting from the mentees that I'm interacting with, and it's just very clear that they're already getting a lot out of meeting with their mentors. Some of them have current projects, so they're able to actually discuss their current projects and different workflows and things like that with their mentors. So it's really cool to see what everybody is getting out of it. And then something that we are introducing this year within the program to just add on to what the cohort can get out of the program. It's something that Mandy and I are kind of spearheading and working on together. Is we're actually holding a few seminars throughout the course of the mentorship program, so that like this upcoming one that we're working on right now is going to be with about representation. So I'll be talking from an agent standpoint, and we have a lawyer, a composer lawyer coming on, and a manager. And we'll be having a conversation so that they can ask any questions they have about representation and how you interact with those folks and what we do. We're going to do another one that's going to be like bringing on like a music supervisor and a music executive, and another one that's going to be other elements from a team, like a music editor, orchestrator. So trying to like give a little bit more on top of just the one-on-one mentorship and give them, just kind of keep expanding on what this mentorship program can really offer to folks. So it's going very well so far, I feel, and everyone's really kind of in it. So it's very exciting. It's been really fun to be part of, and really recommend for the next round anyone to apply for it, because we're just continuing to kind of expand what the program is. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Arbel, and thank you for everything you and the committee are doing. We're really, really excited about this program. But moving into another program that we're really excited about, Katie, would you mind telling us a little bit about our scholarship initiative?
Yes, absolutely. So Alexa already covered the high level view of this, and I really appreciate it because we all know Alexa runs everything. It's so helpful. When any of us have questions, we go to Alexa. She really saves us all and keeps things on track. So just a shout out to Alexa. So our live recording scholarship initiative, we as an educational 501c3 nonprofit, we have a set amount of budget each year that we can devote to offering financial assistance to members for certain educational opportunities with a live recording component. So what that means is, like, to date, we've recorded about 10,000, we've awarded more than $10,000. And last year, we've been able to provide financial assistance to 8 of our members, specifically for Joy Music House LA and New York workshops, along with VIF CFA programs. But what we do as a board is we're looking into partnerships also with these educational programs to provide discounts to AWFC members, because so many of these have that financial bump we have to get over to be able to participate in these. So whether or not we can provide grants to every single composer that applies, I wish we could. We do not have endless budget. It'd be amazing. We can still look into offering a discount for our members. So that's part of what we do. Our goal is to also support programs that connect our attending members with filmmakers as much as possible, even though we have supported initiatives purely more on the educational aspect with live recording as well. So what this means is we do have a rolling application going on, because not everything happens at the same time each year, right? So we don't know when things are coming in. We're doing our best to spread out our budget as we can for as many of our members, spreading our support across our membership as much as possible. So if you are aware of something of a member as something that would be a live educational recording opportunity that has all of those components, send it our way. Let us know so that we can look into it, see if we can get on board with them, whether or not that can be this year to support them. We're looking into it even for the next years. We're starting a calendar, that way we can keep track of what opportunities are there for our members, whether that's stateside, North America, or in Europe. We're really trying to, and or LAFCI, like we're supporting this year, we're trying to expand what we can do for all of our memberships, but we don't know about these unless we're told about them or stumble across them. So we're doing our best to find what is possible, but let us know if you're aware of something as much as possible too. So we're always looking to the future. Let us know at info@awfc.org so that we can see if we can offer something else to our members as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katie, and thank you to our scholarship committee for everything that you are doing to support our members. Next, we have Alex Pitkovsky. Could you give us a little update on TIFF and AWFC Canada?
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, this is all very gratifying. I'm really, really excited for everything we're embarking on in general. And mucho apreciado to leadership, Alexa. Wow, all day slay. Just sincerely, sincerely. Yeah, so this is going to be the fourth year the AWFC has their presence at TIFF, which I'm really excited about. Working again in conjunction with the SCGC, Screen Composers Guild of Canada. There will be a full day of programming and music summit education in the form of panels, networking, and this year we're facilitating, and I'm going to be moderating the Getting the Gig panel. And it's really going to focus on the practical realities of building a career in screen comp, how opportunities actually come together, how relationships are formed, and navigating the current landscape. The aim ultimately is to bring together a diverse group that reflects different sides of the industry. So from representation, commissioning, composing, and advocacy. Overall, also the demystification of the storytelling process and the practicalities. I think it's kind of interesting, sorry, going off script here, but even like in Berlin, during Berlin LA, speaking with the lovely Daisy and Aisling, we asked the room, we talked about the AWFC, and then the room, the personnel inside the room from executives and across the gamut didn't really know, like they were very and enraptured by everything we were saying, but they were going, yeah, we want to work with more women, women identifying non-binary composers. Where can we find them? And so I think internally in our orbit, we go, no doy, the directory, incredible. But I think it's really about kind of ensuring that we're spotlighting that messaging in general, and that's the hope with the Getting the Gig panel. It's going to be pointing to very tangible, real world resources, and at the forefront of that, I think, is the Composers Directory with the Alliance. And also just speaking to confidence, that'll be another kind of pillar of this talk. How confidence is, it sounds almost silly, but it's a commodity. I think in this day and age, how are we packaging? What is the packaging? If you're a composer, that goes hand in hand with artistry. I believe this. I really believe this to my core. And so I think, how do we learn the tools in order to navigate that aspect of the landscape? Because as we know, no one will grant you permission to do, forgive the Jack, SHIT. No one will grant you permission to occupy space. It's carving out the space, embodying the roles, and knighting yourself. I dub myself, composer. I dub myself music producer. So we'll be speaking. Yeah, this is kind of the hope for this panel specifically this year. Yeah, if there's any also Toronto-based and/or if you're going to be in town during TIFF, I really call to action, welcome any volunteers, who want to step up to the plate. It's a really fun day. Like I said, this is the fourth year we'll be doing this, and each year I'm just amazed. The room continues to grow. I think last year we had about, I don't know, almost 170 people show up in this almost comically small space for the numbers. So anyway, hope the ball continues to swing. I have no doubt that it will. And yeah, really, really jazzed. Jazz hands, copying it from Holly, but jazz hands.
Thank you, Alex. That's amazing. We have just two more quick updates. First, we're going to go to Kezia with updates on AWFC UK.
So yeah, just a quick update from the UK. Earlier in April, we partnered with the London Soundtrack Festival, which was really cool, with a concert and a panel featuring works from our composers, Hannah Peel, Emily Lebanese Farouche, Digi Sanchez, and Sofia Degli Alessandri. And we've all around continued to promote community, including a meetup just 2 days ago. I've just got back from this festival, the Sheffield Documentary Festival. So that was really nice to meet members and supporting members there. And we've got some really, really cool events coming up, which I'm very excited for, including our summer event with Air Studios just next month. And then in October, we'll be at the London Film Festival, and soon we'll have our much awaited return of the London sessions with Manis Faber and White Bear PR, which was amazing last year. And yeah, just a big thanks to all our wonderful volunteers who we have already, who are around to help on the ground with events. And if you do want to be involved, I'll put the email for UK in the chat. But we welcome new ideas for events and initiatives. And also, if you've got companies or agencies that might want to partner with us, then yeah, we welcome all suggestions. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kezia. And now, last of our team's updates, we have Tina with AWFC Europe updates.
Well, obviously in Europe, we are still focusing on growing the community, and we are trying to organize, obviously, composer meetups and also networking opportunities. So this year, thanks to Aisling, we had a really, really successful networking opportunity at Berlinale, because she came up with a connection to Universal Music. And I brought in Initiative Music from Germany, and so we were able to have a really great event. And this is something we actually want to do annually. So this is something we probably start planning again soon or next year. Yeah, and we have another community meeting in Berlin in July. And obviously in Europe, it's a little bit hard because the countries are so fragmented And what we really need would be volunteers from all the different countries so we can actually organize community meetups in those countries, ideally in the major cities. And also what would be really helpful would be local composers with really good connections to the local networks. So we can actually get partners to collaborate on at the major film festivals in different countries. Obviously, it's really easy to do it in Berlin because I'm here, and also many composers come over here for the Berlinale. But in other countries, it would be great if we have more people that could help there. Yeah, the next major event in Germany is the Soundtrack Cologne, where our members also get a discount for the accreditation. And today is actually the last day where you can get it for the regular price. And from tomorrow on, it's going to be much more expensive. So if you want to go there, hurry up if you want to get a reasonable price for the accreditation. And it's a really, really great conference covering different topics on composing for film, for television, and also for games. So usually I'm there every year moderating panels, and we also have a lot of members there telling people about their projects, which is also great. And they also do a Flinter meeting again this year, which we also had last year, where different organizations meet and sort of try to find ways to collaborate and push the visibility of women in the business. Yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you to all of our board members and volunteers who gave updates today. We are so excited about continuing these programs and continuing to expand. With that, I would love to talk just for a second about how you can get involved as an AWFC member in any of these committees or teams that you just heard about and more. So if you want to get involved, what can you do? You can join a committee. You can volunteer with us. You can tag us on socials. Once again, we want to share your achievements, donate or spread the word to anybody who is a woman or gender diverse musician, composer, songwriter. We want them as members. We want to support them. Anybody who is not a woman or gender diverse composer or musician, any other industry professionals, people outside of the industry, they can be supporters. They can donate, but they need to know about us first. So spread the word. You can continue attending events and virtual panels and contact us if you want to get involved, if you have more questions about committees or teams or things that you can do, or if you have any questions about the organization itself, literally anything, you can contact us at info@theawfc.org and we will get back to you. We have some amazing upcoming events this summer. First up, we have our Tea Talk with special guests from Mamas in Music, which is another organization that champions composers and people in the industry who are caretakers. So we'll be having a Tea Talk with them on Tuesday, June 30th. After that, we have a Berlin Composer Hang, as Tina mentioned. That's Friday, July 3rd. We have an upcoming Inside session on July 8th. The topic will be announced. In-person events as well. We have the AWFC UK Summer Celebration in July. The exact date will be announced. Our AWFC LA Summer Celebration will be in August. The exact date will be announced for that as well. Changing the Ratio Summer Mixer, that is our annual mixer with Film Fatales and other organizations that we have at Benny Boy Brewing. It's an interdisciplinary networking. So you'll see a lot of filmmakers, composers, songwriters behind the scenes through there that you can network with and meet. It's always a really great event. We also have a composer panel at Burbank International Film Festival, which our co-president Ronit will be on. And I think that covers all of our current summer events. We might have some more that we add along the way, maybe some hangs. So do keep an eye out on our social media and our newsletter and the events calendar on the website to see if anything like that pops up. Finally, we have new merch hitting the store this summer. We have a bunch of new exciting things. We have travel mugs that will be hitting the store, new tote designs, new hats in various colors and styles. We have new jersey tees, which are similar to the one that I am wearing now, except they are with our regular logo instead of our 10-year anniversary logo. We have a bunch of colors for that. New tank tops for the summer to beat the heat. We will also have, for summer only limited time, these amazing tie-dye designs. In addition to the colors and designs you see here, there will be a ton more. I personally can't wait to get my hands on one of these tie-dye ones. So do keep an eye out in the newsletter for when this drops, where you can get any of this merch. Also, please remember that any of the merch you buy, the proceeds do go to us. So your purchases help support the organization. So you can show your AWFC pride, wear us on your shirt, and tell people about us when they ask. And you can also help support financially our programs. That is basically it. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. As always, if you need to contact us about anything, any questions, any concerns, thoughts, info@theawfc.org. When in doubt, if you don't know where to reach us, that's your place. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We will see you next time, and we hope to see you all soon at one of our virtual or in-person events. Thank you.